It's still the first week in February, and many investors are thinking and rethinking where to place their money in 2026. Well, securities ranging from equities to fixed income instruments remain a key option for wealth creation, risk diversification, and long-term financial stability. This morning on the program, we examine why investing in securities still makes sense in 2026, the right timing for investors to enter the market, and what the stock market may look like in the first quarter of the year. Joining us via Zoom is Mr. Sehinde Adenagbe, Managing Director of Standard Union Securities, to share expert insights and practical guidance for investors. Hello, Mr. Adenagbe. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
All right, let's start with understanding the big picture. Why should Nigerians consider investing in securities in 2026, given the current economic realities, and what options do they have?
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. I want to say that the capital market is still the place to be. Once you all know that the bedrock of every economy is the capital market. And taking that as it is, our own market is never in any way different from that. And if you can see from the beginning of this current government, you can see the trajectory has been so wonderful. It has been on the upward swing, and the performance has been very impressive as well. So all these things point to the fact that investors who put their money in the capital market, they have a lot to gain, more to gain than any other place. If you look at it, the share prices are going up, and anyone that you see that has tempered down, it's just a mere correction of the market. And in a very short time, you can see all of them coming up. But what are these drivers? What can we attribute this driving force to? You can say that the microeconomic stability is a thing to really reckon with. The macroeconomic stability in this current dispensation has been very wonderful, and we are looking forward to more of that. What is even more, you can see that in our market today, many investors are now coming into the place because more enlightenment is coming up, more knowledge is coming up, and those who in the past have left their portfolio unattended to, they are now coming to us to make sure that we want to be part of this system because they have seen the gain. People are smiling to the banks. Number of infraction in those days has completely gone. The level of infraction is gone. So there is much confidence of investors in our market. And this is just one of the reasons why you see that the market is moving up. What can we say? Look at the stabilization of the currency. It's a very good thing. But I want to let you know that people know that the high rate of inflation cannot continue and it's tempering down. And when the headline inflation is coming down, what that suggests is that there will be more patronage in the capital market. And this is exactly what we are looking at and what we are seeing. So it is a time for everybody who has not really embraced the capital market before to come into play. Here we are, and we want to make sure that Nigeria gets it right this time around. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. So what options do Nigerians have when it comes to investing in equities?
Well, the options are many. We have different sector of the economy. For example, the banking has just finished their recapitalization, and you see that a lot of people, either you go into the banking, you go into the oil, you go into the consumables, agriculture. There are a lot of people, ETFs. So many of these options are available. Apart from equity, you have derivatives, you have bonds, even the federal savings bond is every day, every time in the market. So when you buy into this one and you invest into it, you can expect that your investment will never go down the drain. What's even more, the attraction also is that the trade the trade settlement cycle has been reduced from T plus 3 to T plus 2. And there are plans, that very soon it becomes T plus 1. All these things are attraction for you to come back. And if you join the market now, if you're on board, I can guarantee you one thing: this long-awaited Dangote refinery listing is coming very soon, so you can be part of it. So there are a lot of options for you to enjoy in the market. Thank you very much.
What about government securities with the yields we are seeing on treasury bills and bonds? How do these compare to equity investments in terms of risk and reward?
Thank you very well. You see, the treasury bill is very secured, no doubt about that. But I can only tell you that the rate you are given, the fix is a fixed income instrument. And once you key into it, you cannot take more than the rate given to you from the beginning. Even if whatever happened to the economy, you cannot take more than that. But in equity, in the capital market, if you invest in a stock, let's assume it's 10 naira today, there is a possibility that that same stock can rise to 100 naira within 3 months. So in that regard, you are better off. What of the dividend that is available? They are going to pay very soon. Most companies will be coming out with their corporate earnings, and investor will be expecting dividend. And by the time the dividend comes, it's an addition to your capital gains, the one you gain from in the price cycle. So you have it there. Both are there. That is the essence of balancing your portfolio. You don't need to put everything in one circle or one sector. So if you invest some in treasury bill, you invest some in the bonds, you also come to equity. So these are ways of balancing your portfolio. You have a lot to gain from all this. So that is exactly what happens in the market.
All right, let's not sugarcoat it. Investing in securities carries risks. We've all heard
Yes.
stories of people who lost money in the market. How do you counsel clients to approach risks, especially those who are risk averse by nature?
Thank you very much. You see, that is the essence of having the professionals. When you come to the professionals, the stockbroker, they will guide you. Some investors will say, "This is what I want," and they are always very right. So to give them what they want. But if they seek your consent to choose for them, the two of you try as much as possible to make sure that this is the thing. Give them the trend analysis of these prices and the companies, what they do, how their acceptability in the market. All these things will guide them to know which way to go. Because if you just jump into it because my friend is going to it, you just jump into it, you may mix your way. However, there are always ways of balancing your portfolio. I can also say that in the stock market, I want to advise that don't be greedy, because greed can always erode your income. What happens to you? You buy a stock for 5 naira, it's now 15 naira, 20 naira. Can't reduce your risk by selling part, go into another one? So all these things are ways of mitigating risk. So in terms of risk, there is risk everywhere. Even sleeping is risky, eating is risky. So there is nothing that is risk that does not have any risk. But I can tell you that the effect of this governance that we are talking about, the Securities and Exchange Commission has made it very, very clear. ISA 2025 also has buttressed the fact that no operator or issuer can misbehave in the market any longer. The NGX as a body too, they really, they make it firm. The regulation makes it very firm that no infraction. It is now zero infraction. If there are no infraction, I want to believe that most of the investors we are talking about, they will earn very good and bountiful harvest from their investment. So this is very, very, very clear. We have
Okay.
laws guiding us, and that is exactly what we are doing.
All right. For someone watching this program who has never invested in securities before, what is a realistic starting amount, and and more importantly, what I should take?
Thank you. The first step is contact a stockbroker. And when you contact a stockbroker, that is what we call know your clients. All these things, they will tell you what and what you need to put in place. Once that one is in place, definitely your bank details must be there, your name, because when you buy and you sell, the money does not go to the stockbroker again. It goes through to your own account through what we call direct cash settlement. So if you come there, we will tell you, give us this thing, once you can provide the requirements, an account will be open for you with CSCS. And once that one is done, we ask you to put down whatever amount you think you want to invest. People can invest as low as 20,000. Doesn't matter. And what does that take you? It means that there are the market accommodates both the high, the middle, and the low. That's exactly what happens. So when you come to us, we'll guide you on what to do. If you have a particular stock to buy, if we have reason to tell you not to buy it, we will tell you. Why don't you do it this way? Because of this, we have to advance reasons for not doing that. Otherwise, you are always right as a client. So
All
thank you
right.
very much.
Let's talk about the market outlook for first quarter 2026 before we let it go. How do you see the Nigerian stock market performing in the first quarter of 2026, and which sectors are likely to drive market performance in the quarter, and why?
Thank you. The way it is, if we look at it very well, excuse me, the financial sector really commands a lot of liquidity and patronage because of the volume involved. So definitely, and we are also approaching the corporate results where investors will be given a dividend. And from history, you can see that this sector, they do pay heavy dividend to investors. So it is a place to be. And if you know that even the government is saying that people should go to farm, go to farm, go to farm. So agri sector is another place to go. You cannot go wrong. Excuse me. Excuse me. You can never go wrong going to the agri because it's a thing that everybody needs. You need it, and it's another place. What about the oil sector? Whatever whatever we might say, we are mentioning Dangote now. Why? Because the crude oil is there. It's making a lot of money, and the country too is also enjoying. A lot of people are being employed because of his products. Business activities. So the oil and gas is also there to give you big money. So these are areas to go into. The fintech are rising. Yes, the fintech are also rising. Everybody is going digital. So where you are going will determine. I mean, what they do will determine where you are going. So the type of businesses that are available will let you know that these people are doing well or not. However, the oil and gas is there, the the manufacturing is there, especially with the low tax rate for some imported goods for them. You know, so all these things are all these places are good for investors to put their money, and they will not never regret it. However, if they have any concern, let them consult the professionals.
All
Thank you
right,
very much.
Mr. Sehinde Adenagbe, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us on Business Express.
Thank you very much. See you again.
Right. We